it is Paula with Hillbilly Orchids. Welcome back to my channel. We are in the middle of watering again, guys. We are watering. So, we will getting on this shelf here of my big Cattleyas. And as you can see, that beautiful, fantastic, grand Cattleya there in the corner in the tan pot is a beast and a half. She is in a huge pot, which can't really see the pot for the water right this second. Got new growths coming. There's one bigger growth, one tiny new growth there. This one is phenomenal. This one is huge Cattleya. I mean, you can see she goes up into the light. Some of her leaves go past the light. She is a big cat. This is the grand, the glorious, the beautiful RLC Settle Me Down. Michael sent me this plant. Oh, and look there. Is that what I think that is? It is. Do you see that? She's got snails, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that crapola. Bush snails. I'll be daggone. That right there is how you get rid of a bush snail. Drown your plant. And they'll come out. They'll crawl out. I'm going to have to check it out all over now. See, leave it set for a little while longer and they'll come out. They'll crawl out to get air. But, yeah, this beautiful thing came to me from Michael McCarthy in Florida. And, I had it for a little while. Was that 5/12 of 21? And I repotted it in 3/17 of 24. And as you can see, she's outgrowing her pot. She's got a new growth over here, as you can see right there. And she's out over this big pot. So yeah, I don't know what she's going to go into next, but it's going to be a big one. So hang tight. Let me take her out, dump her water, and look for some more bush snails. And I'll talk about her a little bit more. Alrighty, there she is again. Now, I repotted her in the 3/17 of 24, like I told you. So she's not been in this too long. Of course, long enough to make a new growth that was going to shoot out that way that I wasn't exactly planning on. I mean, she was right on the right on the money there. She was, but yeah, she has done really good in this pot though. But she's done really good since she's gotten here. She blooms for me, no problems, no issues. As you can see, like I said, she's a very big plant. Gorgeous yellow plant, beautiful. And I was laughing. Raquel just did a video, and he mentioned my Dinard Blue Heaven. And he said, oh, it's the size of a basketball. I said, Rick, I hate to tell you, but looks can be deceiving on video and stuff like that. So I was like, really? She's more the size of a beach ball? And this one is probably the size of 2 beach balls, maybe. Yeah, so, I mean, I have to go all the way back here for you to get her in the whole picture. It's crazy how big she is. Huge plant. Grows really nice. She puts out several new growths, and then she blooms on all those new growths at the same time, which is nice. I do, like I said, I have pictures of her. I think I might if it's long enough, I might go ahead and download the video of her when she bloomed, because just so you can see some of her, you know, for a little bit, because she's phenomenal. She really is phenomenal. So, but has done really, really great for me. Alrighty, up here in the green pot with the nice new growth there. This little growth got stunted against something, so I have to watch that when I put her back. But here's a nice new growth. This is Cattleya schroera. This one, it has bloomed for me before, but it didn't bloom this year for some strange odd reason. She's got a nice new growth out there. But yeah, her last new growth did not bloom for me, but she's huge. She is a very huge Cattleya. Of course, bring it all the way back so you can see her. And you can see she's only in like a 6-inch pot, and she has overtaken that. So before long, she's going to massively need an upgrade. But yeah, she's a big, big one. But this one has bloomed for me. I was afraid it wasn't going to be schroera because this came from the infamous white chair guy. And you see, this is a brand new growth too. This is a huge brand new one. Hasn't even split open exactly yet. But yeah. Yeah, so shocker, this one was correct. And because he's infamous for selling incorrect plants. So, but this one was absolutely correct, and it's Cattleya schroera. It is beautiful. She did a double bloom, 2 blooms for me. It was just grand, absolutely grand. And that new growth has a sheath, but yeah, I don't know. Alrighty, this big Cattleya here. This is it's like a medium-sized Cattleya, or I'd say on the small side of Cattleya. Oh, and I think it's got spider mites. I think they're fresh. Look at them, little buggers. I'm so sick of these things. So sick of them. So I'll have to spray this when I get done, but that's okay. I'll spray all of these guys. They'll all get done. But don't want you dripping none of them bugs down on nobody else. This one is a beautiful purple. You see lots of new growth. There's one, there's one, there's one. Lots of beautiful growth. Sorry about that. I wanted to wipe those off and make sure that they didn't drip on anybody else. So I apologize for that. But this is this was a gift from Victoria Maravelli. This is BLC Red Queen crossed with Ching Hua. And it came in bloom for me when she sent it to me. It has grown phenomenally. This plant has not bloomed for me. And it is up here on this shelf. And I got her in 9 of 21. So yeah, she has not bloomed for me. She puts out growth after growth. I even tried to divide her. I did divide her and shipped off the division, and you see how big she is now. But she just keeps growing and replacing her canes, but she does not bloom for me. But it was a nice gift from Victoria Maravelli. So, alrighty, now we're back. This large Cattleya, I mean, she's not exceptionally large, but she is large. She also got spider mites, you can see on her cane there. And her newest growth over here got just desiccated, just all over it. So I sprayed them, killed them off, or you know, tried to anyways. I'm still having to spray them, obviously. But she's got a nice brand new growth here, and she's got another nice growth over here. This one is, where is the tag for this one? I don't even see it. Ugh. Let me dump her and see if I can find the tag. Hey y'all, my channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store. It is literally your one-stop shop for anything and everything you could possibly need orchid related. They have pots, they have media, they even sell orchids. Use my name, code Hillbilly, in the code section for a 12% viewers discount. They also do free shipping in the US. So go check them out, y'all. It had eaten the tag. This is RLC Chilean Sunset. I knew it was a red one. It's a beautiful, beautiful red. I knew what she looked like, but yeah, I could not think of her name. I knew she was a red. She's a beautiful, never bloomed for me. That has never bloomed for me. And I've had that thing for a long time. I think you can see 22 on that tag, maybe. 129, 21. So yeah, I've had her for a little while and no blooms, no blooms. This little girl here, now I did divide this one and she fussed hard after I divided her. And of course she got hit with the spider mites a little bit as well. But this one has bloomed for me. This is LC Pink Treasure SVO Mini Laudagesii crossed with Frederickania Kennedy's Mutation. It's a beautiful pink one. She has not divided, or since I divided her, she has not bloomed, but she's relatively a good sized plant. She was even bigger when I divided her. She was in a huge 10-inch pot when I divided her, so I didn't want that big. So I definitely divided her up and got rid of her. a lot of the other divisions, but I still have this one. And it's not doing bad, but it's just not catching up like it should. So this big beautiful one here in the corner, this one was a mistake. This one, I ordered this plant from Hauserman, only because I wanted this plant, something awful. I needed it. I searched and hunted for it. They were the only ones that had it. I had never had good luck with Hausermans. Usually, whatever I get from them is a rootless rescue, and that's just been my luck with their stuff. So I decided I wasn't going to order, but like I said, this certain plant that I was looking for, they were the only ones who had it. And what I was looking for was the Gold Elf. I want a Gar Apple Blossom Gold Elf. Well, they sent me this. I waited. It bloomed. It put out huge, long spikes, which Gold Elf does too. Golden Elf does too. It puts out really tall spikes. But when these bloomed, they were snow white. And I was like, something's wrong here. So I sent pictures and contacted Hauserman, and they said, oh, and I paid for a big plant, not as big as what you see here, but I paid for the biggest plant, which I think they had was in a 5 or 6 inch pot. And I paid for it, and of course I got this one. This is Cattleya Snowflake Northland. Okay, well, the guy told me, he said, you don't have to ship it back, but we will ship you Gold Elf. But hang on to this one, because this is a hard to find, sought after plant. And I was like, he said it was shipped to you by mistake. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. It is beautiful. I do have pictures of it when it bloomed. It blooms for me, no issues. But when they sent me the Golden Elf, it was in a small pot, like a 4-inch pot maybe, and didn't want to refund my money because, like, you know, I paid for a huge plant, got a small plant, and there was definitely a money difference, and he didn't want to exchange me. He didn't want to give me back the money, I guess, because he was going to let me keep this one. And I was like, no, I'll send this one back to you. You just refund my money, you know, give me my plant. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. And he just sent me back my money too. So that's why I don't like dealing with Hauserman. It's a hassle. It's like the proper thing he should have done was refund the difference in the plant. I did not ask to keep this plant, so, you know, it just is what it is. But it's not, it gives me no issues. It blooms for me all the time. Whew. It's warm in here today, which I'm surprised because it's cold outside. So, this big, beautiful plant here, let me back up. Oh, ran into the bucket. This big, beautiful plant here, this is the Cattleya Golden Sunburst. This plant is phenomenal. Only thing is that I did recently, just 4 of 24, up pot her. And her bulbs were shriveling a little bit, so I added a little bit of moss, and the bulbs look a lot better. Like you can see the old wrinkles in them, but they're a lot better looking. So this plant is doing better now. So it was obviously needing a little bit more than bark. And so in the process of that, she did not bloom this year for me, but she does have a couple new growths with sheaths. So we'll see. Maybe next year they'll bloom. Sometimes what she does is, like if I disturb her, she will wait and not bloom that year, but she'll put out 4 or 5 growths the next year, and then those will bloom. The last time she bloomed for me, she had like 5 spikes. It was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll see again. I might put in a video if I can find the video, that way you can catch the essence of it, because they were different spikes, so it was kind of all about the plant, but it was beautiful. Absolutely. It's a big, beautiful yellow cluster, and this is a nice one to have in a collection. It smelled phenomenal when she was in bloom. Oh, the scent of her blooms were just killer, really. But she's not a space-saving plant, but I do recommend her for anybody that has room to grow her. She's amazing. Alrighty, this plant here is not very big, and it's not doing the greatest. It does have a new growth. This is the where's the tag? Just now noticed again. Is that it? No. I don't know where the tag is. I tried adding moss to it. Where did the tag go? This one is the one, this is Cattleya. I know what it is. This came from Yoshi. He divided it and sent Michael the back division, sent me the front division, and mine's still hanging on. It's not doing the greatest, though. It's just really not. It has stumbled and struggled and whatnot. And, yeah, so I haven't had the best of luck with this one thus far, but again, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. But that is Cattleya. I'll say that the Cattleya has never bloomed for me, but of course you probably figured that since it was struggling. This one here, this one struggled for me too. This is that Mossier. I did a video on this one. This one actually came from Chadwick. This is Mossier Cerulean. This one, Justin's Orchids and More bought it for me when my cat Runt passed away. He bought this for me, and it grows, it puts out new growths and everything, but as you can see, it's very dehydrated. It just does not grow well. The new growths are all small. They're hydrated, but they don't open well. They're not quite right. I'm not sure what the issue is with this plant, but something's definitely awry. But yeah, this plant has never bloomed for me either. Alrighty, now these two are little ones. This one was recently divided. This is RLE Petite Patty Lucky. This one blooms for me, no problems. It's a phenomenal little plant. It is pink, so it's absolutely my favorite of favorites. And got a couple of nice new growths here that I'm sure will bloom and do good for me. Like I said, I did divide it, and I did add a little bit of moss, which seems to be helping her along as well. So but it has bloomed for me, and I will insert pictures for you so you can see them. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love the pink, and they're very, they're bright. They're a real bright pink. Beautiful. Just really beautiful. This little one here, this one came from Tony. This one is a beautiful, it's not very big, and I haven't had it very long. This is RLC Volcano Lucky crossed with Cattleya Mammy Akasuta crossed with RLC Kula Felina True Love. What a name, right? But this one too, it's not, I don't think it's full mature yet, so, but it has not bloomed for me. But it doesn't, it grows pretty good. It's been putting out new growths for me and such, and I haven't had any issues with it. Just hasn't bloomed for me. And I recently did move it up here, so she is on this upper shelf, where she gets a little bit better lighting and whatnot. So, spraying spider mites. Spraying spider mites. Alright. Next one. This one has struggled for me, as you can see. Dead. It is putting up a brand new, tiny little growth right here off of that dead one. Tiny little growth here, but it would put out growths. They would die, or they would drop their leaf. This one came from Yoshi, I think. This is Perseviliana. This is the Peloric. It's a Tipo crossed with the Peloric Hercules. So, and it does have that nice new growth right there. But, yeah, I don't know what its problem is. This one does not do well for me. So I did add moss to see if that would enhance anything or straighten anything up. But so far, it's not been in this setup very long. So I can't say it's a hit or a miss, you know. So we shall see. But, yeah. Given time, I hope it turns around. That's my plan. But you never know. We don't know. This big, beautiful girl here. This is the other Eldorado. That was, it came from Daryl, and it was supposed to be Perseviliana, but it wound up being a flask mistake, and it wound up being Cattleya Eldorado. So, very nice. Blooms for me. I don't have any issues with that. So, yeah, it doesn't give me any problems. But like I said, the other one's supposed to be the smaller plant, but this one, they're both catching up with each other. They're both relatively large. So, but yeah, I don't have any issues. It does bloom. And it's a nice plant. Both of them are relatively the same. I mean, they look the same. I figured since they were seedlings, they might be some variation, but there wasn't. Alrighty. This little one here, I recently put up there. This is that new Richard Mueller that I just bought. It's putting out a nice new growth. This one did just bloom for me. This is the one that I kept waiting. I didn't want to cut the blooms. This is Richard Mueller Valley Isle crossed with Richard Mueller Exotic Orchids. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is a new plant, new setup. So I haven't had any issues with it as of yet, but it did bloom for me. So it did quite well. I put it in a heavy ceramic pot because it's so top heavy. But yep. So this is, like I said, she's new up here because she's so tall. So I went ahead and wanted her to go up here on this shelf. So there she is. Now over here, this one is a pretty big plant considering. Something happened with her roots. I don't understand, but like she dumped all of her roots all of a sudden. So I had to take her back to a smaller pot. But this is RTH Peaches Cloud Forest crossed with Cattleya Spring Climax Shogun. Brenda gifted me this from Hawaii. She had gotten some plants that had a little bit of frostbite or something, and I can't remember exactly what the story was, but she decided she's not really a Cattleya person, so she decided to ship it to me. And it did bloom for me, but then, like I said, all of a sudden it dumped its roots, but it's making quite the comeback now. So, yeah, no issues with her. And then this big, beautiful one here that has 2 buds out of the sheath now. This one is Cattleya Azure Sky. Beautiful, beautiful cerulean one. And it does phenomenal. This one blooms for me, as you see, no issues, no problems. And yeah, I will put in pictures of her blooms for you so you can check them out. And that will do it for that shelf up here. That is this top shelf up here. So the large Cattleya collection continues. So that is it for this time. With that said, I appreciate each and every one of you beautiful, wonderful people stopping by and hanging out with me. And bye for now, y'all, till we meet again.